and really the culmination of a great camp, 18 practices, finishing today with this scrimmage. The best thing that happened is to get that final view on a couple guys that we need to be able to do the two deep, and came out healthy. Not one injury today, which was great. You always hold your breath when people are falling around in full pads, but really came out healthy. Really good to see Noah Jefferson out there in the first part of the scrimmage, and seeing how that came out really well and looked good also. So was excited about that. I thought offensively one of the smoother days that we've had. I thought both quarterbacks did some nice things. I'm looking forward to watching the tape tonight and in the morning. Sticking to the same plan to let you know, to be able to visit with them and their families tomorrow afternoon, and then release a statement sometime late afternoon tomorrow, and hopefully possibly a two deep across the board. With that, I will take any questions that you have.
Is this as good as Max has played in training camp?
I thought he was very smooth today. I thought offensively it was very smooth. It was good to see both guys in this atmosphere, with the kind of some pressures on the line, and Max did a very nice job coming out and really putting the ball around, not making critical errors, spreading it around, and did a nice job. Both quarterbacks, I thought, found the tight end today extremely well. 2 tight end touchdown passes today. So I thought they did some good things from the naked eye. I look forward to going to study it tonight, tomorrow.
It looked like Max spent more time with the ones today than Sam did.
No, they split exact reps. He started with the ones. Then Sam went with the twos. Sam came back with the ones, and then Max went with the twos. So they got an even amount of reps. We made sure of that with the ones and twos today. And then in the 2-minute, Max went with the ones and Sam went with the twos. That was the only time we did not split it.
Did today, with the two of them, did it make your decision harder or easier?
This whole camp, both camps have been extremely hard. I think that happens when you have elite quarterbacks competing at this high level. I told both kids that I can't tell you how proud I am of them, the way they competed, but more importantly, the camaraderie that they've had in the room and supporting each other and competing against each other. That's an important aspect of a good team. I think both quarterbacks have a chance to be elite guys, not only here but in the future at the next level. So I just told them, I thanked them today of how they have handled both camps. Very proud of both of them, and look forward to visiting with them tomorrow.
How hard is it going to be to tell one of them that they're not going to be the starting quarterback?
Very hard. It's rare when you recruit them yourself, when you're the quarterback coach, and you sit in their homes, and you raise them, and then you have to be able to tell them this is where we're at and this is your role on the team. That's extremely hard, especially when guys compete as hard as they did in both camps. These are fabulous men. They're great student athletes, but these two guys honor the game, and I'm appreciative of that.
You said
Yes, Scott,
back in the spring, you said you don't want to play two guys that you don't think that works too well.
I had that experience in the past, where you remember when we had Cody and Max, where you have one going in one quarter and then the other going in another quarter. It's just hard to get in rhythm as a quarterback. If you're going to do something, there's times where you can, maybe if you had two quarterbacks, you have a package for one where he comes in red zone or short yardage. But to go back and forth, it's just really, really hard to get in a rhythm to be able to do that. I'm going to name one and allow that guy to be the guy, and let him move our football team.
So that won't be a one game and then you'll see where things stand.
I've always thought that you give the opportunity to the quarterback to show what he can do, and hopefully that's multiple games. Hopefully it's seasons. To be honest with you, that's what I'm hoping for. That's usually when things are going good. But I never want a guy to be looking over his back all the time, like, oh, this series, if I don't do good, I'm out. I just think that puts undue stress on a kid. There's two reasons. There's two reasons that a quarterback gets pulled. One, by injury, or two, a lack of production over a period of time, not just one game or a series, but giving him the opportunity to perform over time.
You've obviously recruited both of them.
Yeah.
You coached both of them. On the day that they got here, I'm wondering, when you took over as the head coach officially, did you think that you would be in this predicament in mid-August?
Honestly, No, and that's a credit to Sam. I'll be honest with you. You always knew that Max, being who he was, National Gatorade Player of the Year, #1 recruit in the country coming out, having 4 years under his belt, 4 training camps. You knew he would perform well. But to Sam's credit, just to be this good, this fast is remarkable. And remember, he wasn't a midterm graduate. He came last fall camp, so he's just completing a full year right now. And to his credit, he's a special player, and that's what SC is. I mean, there's special players all over the field. I look at linebacker and at the depth at linebacker, and you look at it and you go, wow, the 1 and 2 deep are exceptionally talented. Same thing with the wideouts, and that's just this place. That it brings the best of the best in.
Yeah, we've seen that linebacker you go with a little bit more of Cam and Hutchins together lately.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you guys are really considering?
Yeah, one of the things I think Clancy does a really good job of is he matches personnel. So when you're playing possibly an Alabama and a Stanford, to have those 2 big inside linebackers is valuable. All of a sudden you spread out and be able to get a nickel on, or be able to get a Quentin Powell on, who's very athletic in space. Those are scenarios that he comes up with. So that's one of the reasons I thought he was so valuable, because he takes what he's given as far as personnel and really fits it within his system, and that's a sign of a great coordinator.
Decision, is this something you're making with the quarterbacks? Is this something you're primarily thinking about, or how much do you involve Tyson and T?
I do. I am going to involve them. I am going to get everybody's opinion, not only the offensive side, but the defensive coordinator also. I think it's, at the end of the day, it's going to be my decision and what I feel is best for our team overall. But any good leader goes and asks the opinion of his coordinators and the position coach of how he's feeling, what's the strengths and weaknesses, what further do they need to do to progress, what's the room of growth for each guy. So I will be talking to each one.
Different position, but at safety, has it been hard to evaluate a little bit because of all the injuries?
It was hard in the spring, to be honest with you, because Chris Hawkins was down, and now with him back and having himself, Leon McQuay, Marvell Tell, hopefully getting him back. Didn't have Yakili Ross in the spring. We know we've got guys there, but we really got a feel for Leon right now. Marvell's had basically a training camp and a half, so you got to feel. Hawk's been back in, but there's some guys that are still out there that need to learn and get back. Plattenberg being out, he was really starting to shine before the concussion. So there's still some question marks on some guys, and we're getting to that point in camp now that camp's over and getting to Alabama. You got to establish roles for that game, and then as people move forward and they improve, maybe that role changes.
That's a situation that you think is going to be a little more fluid than, say, like the quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. Usually at other positions, it's the best player that's playing that week. I know T does a great job with the wideouts, keeping them in a competitive mode, because they know each week they could lose their job. It's a guy who's playing the best at that time.
Okay.
All right, guys, thank you. Have a great day.